How to replant a rose. Roses are beautiful flowers that are relatively easy to replant. Roses enjoy a lot of sunlight, so you may want to choose a sunnier spot to house them. You can transplant a rose bush to a new spot by carefully digging it up and inserting it into a new, weed-free garden patch. To regrow roses, try planting rose stem cuttings and waiting for them to grow new roots. Step 1. Choose a garden spot that is free of weeds and other plants. Roses thrive when they are separate from other plants. Plant your rose bush in a section of the garden with other roses, or alone. Ideally, choose a spot where the roses can permanently reside so they will not have to be transported later. Use a hand fork to dig up and pull weeds. Opt for a spot that gets full sunlight. Step 2. Make sure your soil is well draining. Roses will grow best in well-draining soil. Before planting your roses, test your soil is by digging a hole that is 12 to 18 inches, 30 to 46 centimeters wide and 12 to 18 inches, 30 to 46 centimeters deep, then fill it with water. Well-draining soil should not take more than an hour to drain. To improve poorly draining soil, add organic matter like compost to it. Step 3. Dig a hole at least 15 inches, 38 centimeters deep for your rose bush. Use a garden trowel to dig out a new spot for your rose bush. Prepare a hole that is about 15 inches, 38 centimeters, deep. The hole should also be at least 12 inches, 30 centimeters, wide, or large enough to accommodate your rose bush. Wear gardening gloves to protect your hands as you dig. Step 4. Build a small mound of soil in the center of the hole. Use a garden trowel to pile some of the soil you removed from the hole back into the center of it. Make a small mound that is about 1 to 2 inches, 2.5 to 5.1 centimeters, tall for the rose bush to rest on. Gently pat down on the soil to firm the mound. 5. Dig around the bush carefully and remove it from the ground. Use a trowel or small garden shovel to gently remove soil from the perimeter of the rose bush. Dig down to its roots until its root ball is exposed. Continue digging carefully until you can easily insert the shovel underneath the plant to remove it. Be very careful to preserve as much of the root ball as possible when you pick it up. You should be able to lift the plant out of the ground without yanking it. Adjust the size of the hole you dug out as needed after seeing the size of the root ball. Insert the plant in the new hole and fill it halfway with soil. Gently place the root ball of the rose bush on top of the mound. Gently refill the hole around the plant with the soil you dug up earlier. Stop when it is halfway full. Step 7. Flood the hole with water. Use a watering can to flood the soil you inserted around the plant. Let it sit for about 5 minutes so that the soil can drain. Allow it to sit for longer if there is still water puddled in the hole after this time. 8. Fill the rest of the hole with soil and water it again. Add more soil to fill up the ring around the plant base. Add about 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters, of water to the top of the soil and allow it to soak in. Give the plant about 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters, of water each week unless it rains heavily. To prevent weeds, apply a layer of mulch to the soil around the plant. Use a fertilizer specifically meant for roses after you replant your rose.